Okay, now that we have Argenta with us, we can go talk to Hieronymus Doloroso, I think was his name. Yeah, okay. I also went back to the Void Dock Alpha Raw, looted everything, and found this cast here. Or well, I didn't actually find it. I found the next hint for it, and it says a tunnel in the shadow of a bridge in the shadow of the great statue. It must be referring to the shadow quarters, but that part is currently under quarantine due to a possible outbreak of a disease, which will have to progress the main story, I guess, so we can open that area. Yeah, this thing over here. Or no, not this one. Right? Or... no, it's not this one. I mean, it's one of those, like, I don't know. The buzzing crowd has closed in on several hurried-looking individuals. Some of their faces are smeared with fresh blood. The angry cries and twisted faces leave no doubt. A massacre is about to take place. Just cut their throats already! What were they thinking, letting that ship dock at footfall? They are all stricken! No cutting! We get their blood on us, we'll be tainted too. Better burn them. Instigators? Be quiet, you scoundrel! A priest, clad in a simple black raiment, cuts through the crowd like a void ship crossing the sky. You dare pass judgment on others? What arrogance to think you have the right! Argenta starts at the sight of the elderly priest. That's Reverend Hieronymus! I'm surprised he decided to intervene in a street... squabble. Let's watch in silence. Reverend! But these are heretics, real heretics. Their whole planet is plagued. Folks say they all died over there. And why is that, huh? Because they are heretics, and the Emperor punished them. We're no heretics. One of the people surrounded by the crowd raises his chin. We ran from the heretics, barely escaped with our lives. And there was no plague on our planet, only the arch-enemy's minions, a whole army of them. And if you want to blame anyone, blame those who abandoned our world. Blame the governor, blame the tech priests, blame the masters of Kiava Gamma who forsook it in its darkest hour. Okay, I mean, I guess let's intervene. And who are you supposed to be? I'm Mrayse, rogue trader of the Von Valancius dynasty, a concerned citizen, an armed one. I suggest you think well before giving me lip. Nah, I'm Mrayse. The rabble-rouser's expression changes completely, and he makes a clumsy attempt at a bow, then crumples to his knees. Your lordship, I'm sorry! Sorry for not recognizing you. You see, it's just that it's your first time on footfall, and we didn't know. Terrified, he falls silent. We were just, rooting out heresy here. The scrawny ones, they're from the ship that came from the bowels of the Koronus Expanse. They've got a plague there, and mutants, and now they're spreading that rot everywhere. That taint, they're all... Silence! You must be completely out of your minds. A band of woefully dim-witted reprobates who think themselves bringers of justice? Who are you to pass judgment on anyone? And you? All you ought to be doing is suffering and repenting till the end of your days. And what's so wrong about that, Reverend? We just want to put these heretics to death. We're not heretics, we're refugees. I swear it on the Golden Throne. We served the Imperium faithfully until they hung us out to dry. What were the protectors that were meant to shield the lands of humanity from nightmares? Traitors! Traitors and heretics, the lot of them. A murmur runs through the crowd. The people gawk at you, at the priest, at the wretched group huddling in the center. How tiring! The motley sea of colors that fills this restless crowd is hard on the eyes. So many hues, but most of them are acid yellow streaks of fear. The red buds swelling, ready to burst and paint all who are gathered here. Cassia looks at the crowd of troublemakers wearily, and they shudder at the very sight of her. As for the hearts of those who have been forced to defend themselves, they are shrouded in purplish black grief, but their words are as transparent as that ice that lies at the top of a glacier. But commoners are always deaf to others' suffering, for such is their nature. Interfering in their affairs is hardly worthy of you or me, Mrayse. I am the master of Kiava Gamma. Oh, are we? And if these people are my subjects, then I'm the only one who can decide what to do with them. I command the onlookers to disperse. As for the rest of you, go to the docks and wait further instructions. Huh. Noted the rabble-rousers in the crowd. The people before you insult those instated by the throne to be above them, and thus they deserve death? Can we do that? Address the refugee. Those are serious accusations you are spouting. I hope you have proof to back them up. I mean, he's probably telling the truth, right? Yeah, I'm the master of Kiawagama. Go to the ship and wait further instructions, I guess. Hey, you lot heard what his lordship said? Get to the docks. Don't you worry none, your lordship. We'll go with his people. We'll watch them and make sure they keep their traps shut about you. Wait, so... what did we do there? I thought we sent the refugees to our ship, or... well, not our ship, right? The docks. Did the other guys go with them? The arrogance and self-righteousness of a malefactor. The priest shakes his head disapprovingly, then his eyes shift to you. I am Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, head of the Drusian mission here on Footfall. I thank you for stepping in. Please come see me when you have the time. We can talk then. Okay, so he didn't recognize Argenta. So he goes this way. Where is he going? Oh, he went up there. Pilgrim, Drusian Acolyte. Oh yeah, we can finally get this thing. Wait, what's this? Lower Imperium. In this mishmash of devices... wait, did we get that? Yeah. You notice equipment from totally different eras. Some ancient, some merely old, and others hastily tossed together in more recent years. The man with a face so drawn it appears to be made of nothing but skin and bone fixes his unblinking bird-like eyes on you. The priest's simple black clothes have next to no adornments, and they do nothing to mask his unhealthy gauntness. In a cracked voice, he says, "The Emperor protects." Who are you? I'm Reverend Hieronymus Doloroso, as I'm called, head of the Drusian mission, and possibly the lost hope for the wayward souls that inhabit this fringe forsaken by our master. The Emperor protects, Reverend. But he protects only those who are pure of heart. Do you think yourself one of them? Be leery of this conviction of yours. Many who have risen to the pinnacle of faith have fallen from it into the embrace of pride most degenerate. And you must be the young von Valancius. That name carries weight, and it is a burdensome one, for its reputation suggests that Theodora encumbered it with many a transgression. I wonder, will you seek to shed them, or will you carry them onward, picking them along the way like ripe fruit and savoring their sweet poison? Have no doubt about me, I'm a complete reprobate and an inveterate miscreant whose existence is an affront to the Emperor? Keep up this attitude and you'll be featuring in my next confession. What the... okay, let's go with heretical. He studies you with his heavy gaze, then erupts into a fit of laughter, his voice so hoarse you fear his vocal cords are about to snap. Well, at least you are not lying to yourself. You're a filthy blasphemer and a blight in his eyes. As am I, as are we all. This is the Koronus Expanse, and there is no virtue here, only profaners steeped in villainy. He looks at Argenta, who is standing nearby, and his voice softens slightly. Greetings, sister. I congratulate you on your return. Was your pilgrimage fruitful? Reverend, let it be known to you that Theodora von Valancius' ship was attacked by servants of the archenemy, who appall the heart of any righteous soul, she says, nearly hissing with fury. And not all of them met a fitting end. Some fled, and more than that, their blasphemous words clearly pointed to this attack being part of a larger design. Reverend Hieronymus, I wish to join the esteemed rock trader's crew and help protect the von Valancius dynasty from the forces of the archenemy. I'm divesting myself of the responsibility of guarding the Footfall reliquary. Huh. Frankly, I have no need of Sister Argenta's escort. Nah. We'll get her, but we won't really use her, I don't think. Sister Argenta stood by my side during the assault on the ship, and I could use her assistance going forward. Nah, let's say nothing. Follow the call of your soul, sister. The Footfall Reliquary will be preserved even without your contribution, as it was in all the years preceding your arrival. I know what it is that calls you to follow the Rogue Trader, Sister Argenta. You seek combat, for it helps you to forget how hollow and worthless our lives truly are. It offers the illusion of meaning. Perhaps you will relinquish this illusion one day, or perhaps you will die before that day comes. Regardless, I wish you luck on your new path. But before you start on a path toward your new destiny, I have a request to make of you and your companion. Many among my flock are from the poorest, most dispossessed people on Footfall. They've brought me troubling news from Footfall's shadow quarters. In the darkest corners, where the Legi's wardens do not venture, taint has taken root. Footfall is consumed by profanity, but even here, true heresy, serving the archenemy, is a rarity. The cultists who now dwell in the shadow quarters mark their abodes with a sun inscribed in blue and gold, and perform strange rituals in secret. I think we've seen this symbol, no? The weak find solace in believing these reports to be rumors, but I well know that evil lurks all around us, and I wish to see retribution. I come across heresy surprisingly often these days. Why don't you go to the Lich with this matter? I do not walk the paths pleasing to the Lich. Vladimir is weak and riddled with worms on the inside. He seeks to please his Kazbalika masters, those peddlers of relics of the unholy Xenos. Oh yeah, I think I remember Yanrock said that Vladimir is the representative of Kazbalika. Yeah, sure, we will verify this rumor. With great pleasure. I almost wish for the rumor to be true. My heart yearns to battle some heretics. This is where I bid you goodbye, sister. Noble Mrayse, is there more you wish to ask me about? What are you doing here? What am I doing in this den of blasphemers, pagans, and the vilest of souls, you mean to say? Well, Footfall is the first and last stop in the Koronus Expanse. It is a point of arrival for those who have just started on their path. And it is also where those who are reaching its very end return, their souls wounded and bleeding. I embrace both the former and the latter, so that they may cast an honest eye over their impurity. Furthermore, rumors from across the entire sector amass on Footfall. If I hear crewmen whispering about a reclaimed shrine world or expressing desire to carry the Emperor's light into darkness among the stars, I help my flock in their sacred duty. Devoted trailblazers need assistance both spiritual and material. Tools, equipment, even garments and simple everyday items. Anything that might help pilgrims on their long journey and during the first days of the harsh frontier life is worth its weight in gold to us. May any help you offer to the effort of gathering such things be blessed. Oh god. The path of true believers leads into darkness to search for worlds that have lost his radiance, steeped in depravity. Blessed are the deeds of those who give themselves into the void and the warp in hopes that their actions might bring light into the darker reaches of the Expanse and deliver a previously barren world into the Imperium's service. And all the more bitter is the realization that not all brave souls will succeed in their mission. Footfall still awaits news from the Wasteland Wayfarer, an ancient ark of a ship headed for distant stars. Her last astropathic message was sent from beyond the Cinerus Maleficum, and the stars have kept her fate secret since. Wasteland Wayfarer. Lost in the void. I bear another, darker duty. The Expanse is filled with the tainted creations of unholy heretics. These insidious objects are a danger to the soul, but I know what to do with them. Should you in your travels come upon dangerous, corrupted objects, bring them to me, and the reward for your vigilance will be even more generous. The Drusian mission has much to share with the Rogue Trader. Oh, he is the representative of St. Drusus. Okay. Can we move our conversation to a place more befitting people of our rank? Why? For a missionary, his temple is the patch of deck beneath his feet. From where I stand, I can clearly see the life of my flock, all its bustling, blooming and wilting. Here I can see their vile urges, futile hopes, and flashes of sincerity. If I were in the habit of lodging myself in a temple, would I have made it in time to intervene in the massacre of your subjects from Kiava Gamma? No. Truth resides not in golden halls, but here, in the square, among the people. Golden halls are home to other, far filthier things. I have a question about faith. My sermon planted the seed of faith in the heart of another rock trader once, Incendia Chorda. Perhaps you are destined to become my second fledgling. Tell me more about the Emperor. You think it's so easy to put into words his essence and splendor? The Emperor is a perfect deity that reads our hearts and grants us his light. He led humanity out of darkness and horror. He created our great home. He experienced torment and pain, which only made him stronger. That is a lesson to us all. Purity is not to be found at the bottom of the dirtiest hive or in golden palaces, but only among the ranks of those who suffer. Huh. Okay. Argenta silently makes the sign of the Aquila, her bright eyes burning with unyielding flame. Yeah, that's a symbol of the Imperium, right? This priest speaks the truth as a wise spinner would. Kibela uses her blade to reopen a recently healed ritual wound on her hand. As we accept the Undying One's blessings, so must we accept pain, for it brings us closer to him. Hieronymus looks at Kibela calmly, without the fear that you have seen in many. He says quietly, "A spinner of the bloodspan web. People have mentioned your cult to me in their confessions. My mission does not approve of your barbaric ways, which too often cross the line, and yet we respect the depths of your devotion to him." What is the proper way to worship the Emperor? Pray to him, destroy his enemies, and touch not their poison gifts. Cast aside all doubt and be vigilant against the weak souls beside you. When you see a sign of taint, burn it away without pity. Pain is good. It tears a crust of vileness from one's soul. And remember that if you see no fault in you or around you, then you're not being diligent enough in your search. Or if you are being too lenient on yourself, averting your eyes from the truth. Or you are being too lenient on yourself, averting your eyes from the truth. The Emperor's servants, who are they? The rock traders? You speak of the Adeptus Ministorum. Well, these heralds of his world hold great power. Every priest, myself included, is part of its hierarchy, and the ecclesiarchy possesses the unique right to judge what is virtuous and what is malign. The Adeptus Ministorum prays and cares for the temples. It sends missions such as my own to every corner of the dominion of humanity. It fights against heresies. Yeah, say nothing. However, these are nothing but words. The real ecclesiarchy is far more frightening, vile, and dark than it once was. Many would consider your remarks about the ecclesiarchy to be heretical. I mean, he's probably being real, right? And many others would find them truthful. I'm a preacher of a radical teaching that renounces fear. I've left the bounds of the blessed Imperium to carry his light into the darkness of the frontier. I've come to know depravity firsthand, and I'm now able to perceive it under any guise. I think I can afford myself a modicum of truth. Who is the enemy of the Imperium? It has three faces: the inhuman Xenos, who wish death upon us simply because they are unlike us; the pitiful subhuman mutants, abominations that wish death upon us because they envy us and are ashamed of themselves; and the archenemy that reigns in the immaterium, which wishes death upon us by its very nature. Xenos, mutants, and archenemy. Cool. Incendia Chorda, tell me more about her. Have you heard of Aspis Chorda, pirate, blasphemer, xenophile, and egregious apostate? Incendia is her heir, and a rarity among rogue traders. The protection of the Holy Warrant typically leads to the swift atrophy of conscience and pious dread, but not in Incendia's case. She relentlessly hunts down pirates and firebrands, and brings rebelling colonies to repentance, establishing strict discipline. The weight of her wrath is great indeed, The Koronus Expanses are girded with orbital rings of heretic corpses as a warning to the survivors. As her personal confessor and guide, I find no end to the joy her triumphs in faith bring me. I see, you have found yourselves an excellent patroness and now you're all too eager to spread the word of your piety. He chuckles. What good are her riches to us? Faith gives us all we need. It is she who is indebted to us. It was a Drusian expedition that discovered the cryovault in which Aspis had imprisoned her. If it hadn't been for us, she would be resting there still in her frozen slumber. Tell me about yourself. Neither my past nor my present hold any secrets, but take heed when gazing into my heart, for many dark thoughts lurk within. What is troubling your heart? Bad omens, dark times have come. Ships from the Imperium barely appear in the Koronus Expanse anymore. In Footfall Shadow quarters, taint thrives, and the people here are corrupt enough to succumb to it gladly. Rumors around the Expanse say that the accursed Xenos have grown bold and are rearing their heads. They attack ships and settlements, walk under the suns of Imperium worlds like kings instead of cowering in the shadows. What next? What adversities await us if such disgrace is happening already? Okay, who were you in the past? Oh, a wretched fiend, blinded by my ambitions. I served in my home's planet Adeptus Administratum division. I was a shrewd and sly bureaucrat, and I soared to great heights, to the very chair of prefect. In 30 years I turned my home from a withered fringe colony into a prosperous world. Our wealth grew as we bloomed. But the bloom was a veneer for rot. Opulence had depraved us, and luxury had seduced us with its sordid promises. The planet's denizens no longer wished to pray or work. They only sought entertainment and dangerous philosophies. 1,000 vile heresies and 1,000,000 appalling vices bred on my world like mold on a Nutribar. Like mold on a Nutribar. In those days I saw with my own eyes the shameless ugliness of the soul. I repented of my hubris, left the position of prefect and became a traveling missionary. I have been one ever since. As for my world, 20 years later, Holy Inquisition consigned it to purifying flames. The Emperor is merciful for allowing you a chance at redemption. Ah, so now that you are sated with baseness, you think you can lecture people? You're quite right. I'm a wicked, irredeemable scoundrel. Shall we embrace, brother? Okay. So, Drusians... We are a sanctioned imperial cult which honors St. Drusus, scourge of the Bale Childer, Bane of Xenos. Just as he once fearlessly ventured into the Calixis sector and spearheaded its conquest, so do we travel to untamed riches and expand the Imperium's borders. We are pilgrims and scouts who descend into the darkness of lawless sectors, and our eyes are inured to vice and filth. Oh, what is this? Reverend Hieronymus' teachings on the path of St. Drusus. Okay, I don't think we need to read that. That's fine. Just as St. Drusus found his martyr's death and was reborn in faith, so do we search for the purifying power of trials and suffering. From the folds of his black robe, he produces a thin pamphlet. Read this. It contains the basics of our dogma. Perhaps you too will sense the truth in St. Drusus' words. Who was St. Drusus? He was a great saint, irrepressible and decisive. Drusus served the Emperor as a simple member of the Guard, who fought in the glorious Angevin Crusade and rose to the rank of general. It was a grueling conquest. The Imperium invaded the Calixis sector, back then a savage expanse populated by Xenos and heretics. Drusus delivered many defeats unto the enemies of humanity. He brought down the twisted kings of Acreades, liberated the planet Dria from the unholy dark demons, and had many triumphs. But then they encountered a race of unholy Xenos. Rivers of blood flowed. Golgena Angevin died in his headquarters. The crusade was about to crumble, but then we received unexpected help from a foe. The Xenos sent their assassins to the great Drusus, but the Emperor's will shielded his servant from the attack. Slain but resurrected through a miracle, Drusus asserted himself as the head of the Angevin Crusade, as its Lord Militant, and saw the Xenos extermination through to an end. He brought the Calixis sector to accord and was proclaimed a living saint. Funny, the story of St. Drusus you know is completely different. May all hail St. Drusus' name. I've heard accounts that Drusus wasn't a guardsman but an aristocrat, and it was contenders for Golgena's position who made an attempt on his life. And he didn't rise from the dead, the assassin just decided not to kill him. I mean, that's probably what non-believers would say, so who knows what's the truth, right? Say nothing. Hieronymus is looking past you, absorbed in his own story. Okay, so what do you sell, bro? Let's see. Okay, medikits, we can buy all of that. Taunting Scream, no idea what that is. Slightly increases movement points by 6 and grants 2 charges of the slash ability, right? Imperial Scroll. Bloodhound Staff? The first use of an attacking navigator power per turn does not set the power on cooldown and does not count toward the attack limit per turn? The second use of this power or the use of a different attacking navigator power on the same turn deals an additional plus 6 damage to all targets and 6 direct damage to the navigator. Wait, this is like really good, no? Devastating. And it's also 6? This is 5. I remember this 6 actually plays a role. Some part on some ability, but I don't remember what. Huh. Okay. Castigating. Okay, no, actually... I mean, doesn't matter, whatever. That's fine. Okay. So, what else do you sell? Really quick. We won't do anything yet with this, but I just wanna like quickly see. Sanctified Staff. The wielder of the staff with a power level of 10. What does that mean again? 5 plus Psyker's Resolve. Gains the Emperor Wrath ability. The ability is also available in its Heroic Act and Desperate Measure versions. Power level affects the damage of this weapon. Using Emperor's Wrath grants a Psyker additional armor equal to the staff's power level until the start of the Psyker's next turn. Huh. So what does this do? Everyone adjacent to the target point suffers from 1 to 1 plus Psi rating times the Psyker's staff power level damage. Damage dealt by this attack to allies is reduced by the target's resolve. Wait, what? So 1 to 1 plus Psi rating times the Psyker's staff power level. So what would that be for Mrayse then? Psi rating is 2 for now. Wait, so 12 damage? Is that it? Is it 12 damage? Because our resolve is 10, right? Or everyone adjacent to the target point suffers. Wait. The power level scales with resolve though. Right? So... Wait, this seems turbo broken. Because we increase our resolve throughout the fight, right? Wait, what? I think we need to get this. Wait, we can get this. It needs 20 profit factor. And we have 19. Man, if I didn't recruit Absalom, I would have this, but it's okay. We'll come back to this. I don't think we need it anyway. Heavy bolter. Okay, this is for Argenta, right? It's very similar to the one we got from Aurora. Camaraderies badge. When the wearer hits an enemy with a melee attack, the wearer's nearest ally gains 10 temporary wounds. What? Seems really good as well, right? 10 agility. Armor of the final threshold. Heavy armor. While the wearer has 75% or more wounds, their deflection is increased by 3 and their parry by 8. 10 bonus to willpower, 15% damage to psychic and navigator powers. Wow. Level 7? Huh, okay. This is actually like a really good Spinner's breastplate. Huh. Really cool stuff. But yeah, for now this is way out of our reach. We need level 10? Huh. And we get like what? 500 reputation for each of these? We can get 9,700 if we trade everything. We're so far away from level 9 or whatever. Yeah, we'll chill. Maybe if I get 20 profit factor, I'm gonna come back here and grab the stuff for sure. But other than that, I'm not really too fast about this. So let me go back to the ship really quick, grab Idira, drop Argenta, and I'll see you guys here in a second. Okay, let's go talk to the Liz, Vladame Tokara, whatever his name was. I think the palace is over here. Oh, we have a protest or something. I think we've done everything else here. Oh wait, there are more stuff. Okay, what is that? Punish the enemies of humanity. Wait, these guys are alive again? Why are you still here? I already freed your exhibits. Indeed you did, but how long do you think it would take me to cut some new ones? What kind of collection is this? Oh, dangerous, vicious, ruthless xenobeasts caught red-handed as they were attempting to commit evil against the Imperium. But right now they're harmless. Our cages can withstand their raids, but I wouldn't recommend getting too close, haha. Do you know what I see? Heresy. These exhibits must burn and you will burn along with them. I mean, we know this, right? We learned this earlier from some other cage, dude. These aren't Xenos, they are mutants in makeup. Not Xenos, you say? I'm sure there must be some mistake. I will check the shipping list myself, rest assured. His words are oozing with greenish yellow hues. I do not think the promise will be kept. Such entertainment is lucrative precisely because billions of Imperium subjects have never encountered the Xenos in their life. Ignorance and curiosity create colossal demand. That's what I was taught. And I can see that lesson was truthful. Huh, so we can attack him? I mean... A dangerous form of entertainment. Xenos have no place among humans. Kill them all? Sure? Oh, you can't. We are performing a valuable service here. Teaching the Emperor's subjects to recognize his enemies on sight. Okay, so what happens if I press this again? Let's find out. Oh, so they don't die this time. Huh. Okay, I mean, whatever. I don't know. Sure. Let me see what the loot is. What did I miss? Loot and 3 items, nonetheless. Oh, this thing. Leaflet. Oh wait, that's not it. Oh, this. Wait, did we get this earlier? What is happening here? Like, are things respawning or something? Lore Imperium 88. This statue undoubtedly depicts Parsimus Dwayne, the legendary rogue trader who founded Footfall. The sight of this cogitator would be enough to break any tech priest's heart. The machine is leaning slightly to one side, grimy, covered in scrawled drawings. with frivolous writing scratched here and there on the casing. Several keys are missing and the rest are coated with dust. Pascal's respirator lets out a mournful hiss before he says grimly, "The right of operation has been repeatedly and blasphemously violated, requesting the identification and punishment of the deplorable acolyte entrusted with caring for the spirit of this machine." Yeah, repair it. After a series of creaks and groans, the cogitator's dusty screen lights up. On it are several lines of text, section headings. Praise the Omnissiah, the machine spirit of this cogitator is aggrieved but willing to serve. Select the section titled Welcome. In the name of the founder of Footfall Station, conqueror of stars, builder of outposts, the noblest rogue trader Parsimus the Wayne, and on behalf of all his descendants, I welcome you. This cogitator was installed on the order of the illustrious Parsimus so that the needy may tap into the flow of his wisdom. Cast your eyes upon the list of sections and choose what you wish to know. Whoever this Parsimus was, he sure thought big. Lord Captain Parsimus the Wayne, one of the trailblazers of the Koronus Expanse and this station's founder. I've read about his great deeds. Lord the Wayne was once a colonel of the Astra Militarum, but, by his will, later inherited a warrant. He accumulated enough power to gather a small fleet of loyal allies and ventured out to conquer the Koronus Expanse. They say Footfall was meant to be his personal palace world, but the construction dragged on for decades, and Lord Parsimus eventually died of old age. His enemies instantly tore Footfall to pieces and turned it into the bastion of humanity we know today, one that is full of bandits, privateers, hustlers, and rogue traders. Ha! Pleased with herself, Cassia nods slightly to let everyone know that the lecture is over. So, is this a guy that the other dude in the bar was talking about? I don't remember the name. About Footfall? Footfall Station has been envisioned by the great Parsimus the Wayne as a palace in the stars, as majestic as the spirit and mind of its creator. As of the year of this cogitator's installation, merely a small fraction of the great Parsimus's designs has yet been made a reality, but already their audacity and grandeur are staggering. Footfall is to become the gateway to the savage and barely explored Koronus Expanse, a foothold for future conquests by the Imperium and the noble Parsimus the Wayne, who acts by the Emperor's will. Oh, it's shut down. Repair it? Cool. One of the first structures on Footfall was the colossal statue of the Emperor. A whole asteroid was used for the creation of this sculpture, but even its titanic proportions cannot convey the awe that every faithful servant of the Imperium feels before the Master. The statue is a center of Footfall in the same way that the Emperor is a center and heart of the Imperium. As construction progresses, new, smaller asteroids are being attached to the statue, their surface serving as a foundation for glorious palaces and temples, and their inner tunnels as home for the commoners and rabble. Parsimus the Wayne's design? The great Parsimus the Wayne intends to conquer the Koronus Expanse and build the most grandiose structure, which will shine through the ages, praising the names of its creator and his descendants, Footfall the Palace in the Stars. The glory of the great Parsimus's deeds will live on through the ages, and his grand designs... Oh no, is it off again? Okay. The spirit of this machine is enraged and will perform its function no more. I will see to it that the profaners responsible for its maintenance are marked for servo penance. Okay. Dude, this universe has such cool terminology, man. I love it. Okay, so what is this loot? That's Hieronymus, Carnival Barker. What is the loot? Oh, here. How did we miss this last time? Oh, I can't go there. So... Oh, there's something near the entrance. Oh, here. You know what, actually? Oh, wow, 3 large medkits. I think this episode might become way too long if we get into the palace and see what's up with the liege. So maybe we just take a break here and pick this up next time. I think we'll do that.